AEW President Tony Khan is set to make a blockbuster announcement live tonight on AEW Dynamite, and it is something that he has built up for a long time. It's something that the fans have been waiting for and speculating about, and we might have some insight as to what it may or perhaps may not be moving forward. Let's start with the big thing that everyone's talking about, and that is the rumor, the reporting about Ring of Honor being for sale potentially, and the rumors that AEW might be interested. So there are people, apparently, there's a report from Fightful Select that there are people that are interested in buying Ring of Honor. There have been overtures made to Sinclair Broadcasting about purchasing the now in limbo wrestling company Ring of Honor. And this is from the report, quote, higher up in another company noted that they were being told $40 million was being discussed as the asking price for Ring of Honor. $40 million. Another person close to ROH claims the price was actually closer to $20 million, which is still a whopping amount of money. Another report from Fightful Select noted that a rich fan that was involved in the industry, that was not involved in the industry, I should say, was trying to buy Ring of Honor as recently as 2020, and they were quoted $30 million for 50% stake in the promotion. Now, we've come a long way since 2020. Ring of Honor, I should say, has come a long way since 2020, and not in the good way. Not in a good way. So that price is definitely down, but even then, $30 million for Ring of Honor? That is just, I don't even know what to say about that. That's not what the company's worth. That's not even what the library's worth. Because let's be honest, at this point, the only reason you would make a deal if you're Tony Khan, if you're another wrestling company, to purchase Ring of Honor would not be for the talent, because at this point, they don't have many contracts. They're a super indie. They're not what they used to be, where they were an exclusive alternative to in pro wrestling. Now they're a super indie that doesn't really have many exclusive contracts. The only thing, the biggest thing I should say that would be worthwhile to a company like AEW is a tape library. Because not only would you get that All-In show from 2018, which was instrumental, inarguably instrumental in the establishment of All Elite Wrestling, but you'd also get that tape library that has tape of the early formative years of people like Samoa Joe, people like CM Punk, people like Bryan Danielson, and many, many, many more. The former Cesaro, Claudio. So you have all that tape there, Keith Lee, like so many people who went through that promotion that you now have available to you that are either signed or free agents that you can partner with to make DVDs, or not DVDs because those don't exist anymore, but documentaries and other forms of media. Maybe eventually start or establish yourself with a streaming service, which would be a big money maker, because having that content to go back to, that's easy stuff that you can push out and make like I said, documentaries, or even just put full-on Ring of Honor pay-per-views on a streaming platform under the AEW banner. That would make them money. So there is reason for them to buy it, but $20 million is not going to... That should not be the asking price. And Tony Khan, I think, is smart enough to know, I would hope so at least, to know that should not be what it is. Also, just very quickly, the whole rumor that, oh my God, Tony Khan and Cody Rhodes have been working us this whole time, and that Tony Khan and Cody Rhodes are going to buy Ring of Honor, Cody's going to run Ring of Honor. Completely made up rumor. Not happening. And if it does happen, it is going to be the biggest work shoot in wrestling history by far, considering what we're seeing coming out of the situation, and considering that WWE basically thinks they have Cody Rhodes already signed. So there's that aspect to it. Another big note about the potential announcement is Chris Jericho chimed in earlier this week and said that he would be excited to see a New Japan and AEW Super Show at some point. And that's another theory that many fans have. This could potentially be a Super Show aligned with another promotion, whether it be Impact, whether it be Ring of Honor, sorry, not Ring of Honor, but New Japan Pro Wrestling. I think the New Japan angle is really interesting, because imagine having a Super Show where you have people like Hangman Adam Page, Bryan Danielson, CM Punk, going up against people like Kazuchika Okada, Takagi, and Will Ospreay, so many more. There's so much you can do there. There's so much interest. It would help New Japan establish a foothold in America, or a bigger foothold in America, I should say. And it would also help AEW kind of break into, one, the Japanese market, and two, maybe a few lapsed fans who might not be watching, who might be watching Ring of Honor, or might be watching New Japan, but not watching AEW. So that builds your audience. It also gives you, the fans, a chance to see dream matches. So there's a lot there, and I think Chris Jericho noting that this week was interesting and did stand out to me. As far as what else it could be, there's some news that it could be the official announcement of the video game. But I don't think that this would have been built up for weeks and weeks and weeks. If that's all it was, Tony Khan built this up to be a blockbuster announcement. And if it delivers, and if it's big, like a super show, like the purchase of the tape library, or a potential streaming service, that would be big, and that would be, I think, apt to this level of hype. But if it's something like minuscule, and if it's not like, I don't know, maybe like a big time free agent signing or something like that, could be bad. It could be bad. But we'll find out live tonight on Dynamite. Hey everyone, we hope you liked this video. If you did, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you get notified whenever a new video is released. Until next time, keep it real.